What's up? My name is Marcus. This is a new episode of Astro Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? This is a 2000 Lincoln Navigator. Timmy.
2003, man. 2003. See, no, get back over there, man. Get back over there. Start that over, man. Go ahead, go. Stop, calm, relax, man. Go, be calm. All right, go ahead. And looking, man, the camera. Go ahead.
What's up? My name is Marcus. This right here is a 2003.
Wait a minute, man. What happened to... Welcome to a... Yeah, Astro Repairs, can you dig it? Come on, man, come on. All right. Calm, relax, man. Right. Go ahead. Go.
What's up? My name is Marcus. This is a new episode of Astro Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? This is a 2003 Lincoln Navigator, and Timmy going to explain it to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, guys and girls, that's Marcus. That's a new member of our family. All right, just like Marcus said, this is a 2003 Lincoln Navigator. This is the weird problem here. The customer's complaint is she can be driving along and this vehicle just shut right off. 5 minutes later, it'll start back up. Now the problem here is it only happened about 4 or 5 times in the last month. So problems like this is very, very difficult to diagnose. The very first thing we want to do is, even though the check engine light is not on, hook up the Actron and see what kind of codes come in there. Because a lot of the American-made cars can have a code stored in memory and the check engine light may not be on. So that can give us an idea of where we need to go. All right? So I'm going to have Marcus hook up the Actron. He's going to explain to you where the diagnostic connector is and go about it. So we'll be right back. Now.
All right. First thing you're going to do is hook up the diagnostic. Hook up the diagnostic
connector.
Alright, so first thing you're gonna do is hook up the diagnostic connector. Is located under the dash on the right side.
Right side of the steering column.
Right side of the steering column.
Oh, let me see. Let me get it in and see. All right.
Upside down. Then you're going to turn on the key.
Right, matter of fact, let me go on the other side and get in the passenger seat, and you sit down there. Right. You might want to back that seat up some. All right, guys and girls, we're going over here to the passenger side. We're going to sit in the passenger seat, get in here and see what Marcus is talking about. God dang it. Get you, man. Hey, yo, I slipped on the steak. That ain't funny, man. Hey.
All right, so once it's connected, you're going to go to the main menu. Well, the main menu is going to pop up. You're going to see vehicle diagnostic. You click.
Tilt that a little bit. Matter of fact, here, bring it up here. So. All right, there we go.
You're going to see vehicle diagnostic. You click enter. You can use any one of them. Just click on it. I'm gonna just click on express.
Oh no, man, that says select vehicle.
Oh, select vehicle. Oh.
So okay, huh? No, that's from another one. All right, go up here to auto ID 2000 being in 2003. Hit enter. All right, please turn the key on, off. Then it's already on. Hit enter. Hit enter again. All right. Now you got it. Oh, what's up, man? Oh, man, go ahead. Hit enter. Okay, hit enter again. Now it's reading codes from the airbag, the ABS, the engine, transmission, and for OBD2 codes. Now remember, the check engine light of this is not on. All right, now we're looking at the ABS, got 4 codes. We're not worried about that. The SRS, the airbag system, got 1 code. We're not worried about that also. Now the ECM has 2 codes. That's the one we're going to go for. Okay, hit enter. All right, passive anti-theft. We're not worried about that. Go down. That's the one we're going to look at. Look at that, guys. We got a, what's that, Mark? Read that for him.
Vehicle pump secondary.
Oh, man, what's the code, man?
P0231. Fuel pump secondary circuit voltage low.
All right, guys. Now check this out. What's good about the Actron? Actron has what's called a code connect, and when that's the button over there, code connect. But when that little thing comes on right there, you hit code connect, and what it does is shows you the top reported fixes that these vehicles, when these vehicles broke down, was the top fix that had to be replaced on this car. All right, so we hit code connect. Now you see that top reported fix. What does that say, Marcus?
Replace central junction box.
All right, guys, if you don't know what the central junction box is, that is actually the fuse box. And then the secondary frequent reported fixes will replace fuel pump relay. And some of you people even say it's the fuse, repair fuel pump, power and wiring, replace fuse box. That was the last one. All right, so we know where we're going at. We'll be right back. All right, guys, now check this out. We got a central junction block, fuses and relays located on the right side over here. Marcus, get the light so we can see the light. See down here. And what you want to do here is this little tab over here. Pull that out. Unhook it. Comes right out. Marcus is going to get the light. Great, okay. And here's our junction block right here. We pop this off. Pop the bottom of the cover off. And in there we got a bunch of fuses and relays and everything. Now what you have here, up here, this one's called, let me see, where we go. The PCM power relay. The problem is when this relay gets hot, and it gets hot, it will shut down and cause the car to shut off. And what's more importantly, what it does is behind this is a big circuit board. And when it heats up, it actually gets so hot that it melts the solder, which would cause a very loose connection, which would cause very low voltage going back to the fuel pump. Now, so we know right now we got an issue with this junction block. But what we need to know is why. Why is that junction block getting hot? And the only way of finding that is connecting. We're gonna do a graph, a current probe test on the fuel pump to check the condition of the fuel pump. Because if your fuel pump is going bad, which means it can be sucking up a lot of dirt, like whatever like that. If the fuel pump is going bad, it's going to pull a lot of amp, a lot of current, and it's going to cause this box to short out. So let's get our Vantage, and we're going to do a graphing. All right, we're going to do a current probe test on the fuel pump. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, check this out. This is what's going on. You got your fuel pump. Now, the fuel pump's job is to pump fuel up to the engine. The more dirt, hey, that's still recording? Okay. The more dirt, the more pressure on that fuel pump, the harder that fuel pump's got to put out, and the more strain it will put on that wiring. All right. So the more dirt it's got, and that fuel pump is trying so hard to get that fuel up there, it puts a strain on the wiring, it puts a strain on the fuel pump relay, it puts a strain on that circuit board. Now, a circuit board, you know, it only got them little bitty dots of soldering, and they can burn out at any time. And the Navigators and the Expeditions, they are known, and you look online, do your research, they are known to blow them out. And as you can see from the Actron, the top reported fix was replace that. But see, that's just a simple solution. Just replace the fuse box and everything's good. The problem is we got to find out why that went. So we're about to graph that fuel pump. All right, so we'll be right back. All right, guys, check this out. Here we go. We got our Snap-on Vantage. We're gonna check out that fuel pump. Now, the first thing we'll do, we got our cover disconnected over here. And let me get a light over here. Down to the. Let me know you can see that. All right. Here's our junction block. All the relays. Now, the fuel pump relay is not here, so don't think it is here. It's behind this. There's relays actually behind this. All right, now what we're gonna do here is we got a fuse eliminator replacer. I need this in there to do our test. Now the fuse is the one right by this relay right here. But before we do that, I need to get this, I need to get this relay out of the way. And this fuse right here, that's the fuse going to your fuel pump. You got that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, I need to pull that out. And I need to replace it with our tester. All right, now our tester's in there. Then I can put our relay back in place. All right, the reason why I did this is because we're going to be using a current probe. And the current probe is going to hook up to the wiring around there. Now let's go over here to our Vantage. Let's cut this off. All right. Let's hook up our current probe first. Okay, now let's go up on our screen now. Okay, now we're going down to power user test with help, current probe test. Select current probe, go to the snap-on. Even though it's not the snap-on, you want to definitely go in there with the snap-on. Current test. Now fuel pumps. Select test, current test. Now, as the accumulators turn inside the fuel pump, they create this signal. And what we're gonna look for is, let's go over here. We're looking for a signal that looks just like that. All right, that's a good signal from that fuel pump. Anything less, the more of a flat line there is, I know this fuel pump's going bad, which is what definitely will cause a problem that we're having right now with that relay box. So what we're gonna do is gonna have Marcus start the vehicle up. All right, then I'm gonna take my current probe, put it on. It's gonna be on to 20 amps. I'm gonna hit the button to zero it out. And what I'm gonna do is go up under here and I'm gonna hook it onto the wire. You see the signal that we got? Now let me turn it around to make sure that we are on the right side. See, if I hook it onto the other side, I get nothing. But if I go to this side, see that? That fuel pump is shot. I mean, that thing looks nothing like it does over here. I am not happy with that at all. I want to make sure I move around, make sure I move my wiring around, make sure I am good. Now we know why our junction block is going bad, the condition of the fuel pump. This fuel pump is definitely no good. It's pulling a lot of amperages. And matter of fact, let's see if I can go down to here and get this down to better so you can see this. Go to 20 amp scale. Yeah, there we go. That's even better. This is nothing like what's going on. All right, I'll be right back. All right, good. All right, let's explain this. All right, first I'm gonna go to the technical term, and then I'm gonna break it down to layman's term. What's going on here is you got your fuse box, and the fuse box, the fuel pump fuse, and the relay for the fuel pump is getting very, very hot, and what's causing it's actually caused the solder to melt on these cars. The reason why it's doing that, because back here at the fuel pump is not working right. There's a lot of strain on this fuel pump. Either it could be dirt in the bottom of the gas tank, dirt in the fuel filter. Anything that's caused a strain on that fuel pump is going to cause strain on the wiring, which in turn is the weakest link. The weakest thing that's there that's going to get hot and break, that's what's going to break. And it just happens to be the soldering. Now, let's break this down to layman's term. You jogging. Everything's good. The more of an incline, the more you got to go up a hill, the more strain it puts on your legs. It's the same thing as the fuel pump. Your legs are the fuel pump. What's going to give out? Your legs. The more you go down, the easier it is to run. The fuel pump is the same way. As long as you keep your fuel pump, your fuel filter changed, I'm not gonna go to the point of saying putting 93 gas in there. That's not it. You just got to make sure you don't run your tank slow with gas, and keep your fuel pump change, your fuel filter changed along with the fuel filter. Anything that would cause a strain on that fuel pump, you definitely want to eliminate. Same thing as you running and jogging. You definitely want to avoid anything up on an incline. If not, something's going to give out. And in this case, it happened to be. Hold on. Don't hit. You're good. So what happens here is you got the fuel pump, that's not going to give out. You got this thick wiring, that's not going to give out. You got a fuel pump relay, that's going to get hot, but it's not giving out. The fuse, it's set at 20 amps. It's not giving out. But then you got this little bitty soldering, and that's going to give out. And that's what happens here. And if you look around, guys, girls, it's a very common issue that these junction boxes go, and then the whole thing's got to replace. But if you replace it, I give it about a month, it's going to go bad again. The fuel pump has to be changed. All right, I'll be right back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's how you do a vehicle diagnostic test on a 2003 Lincoln Navigator. It turns out we might have to change the fuel pump.
No, we might. We will.
Oh, we will change.
I ain't tell you to go into that.
we will change the fuel pump. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below.
Oh, we're changing the fuel pump and the central junction block.
We're changing the fuel pump and the central junction box.
Okay.
If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, or contact Tim at SRRepairs.com. If we can't.
This is Marcus.
This is Marcus. If we can't repair.
This is Marcus from Astro Auto Repairs.
This is Marcus from Astro Auto Repairs. If we can't fix it, nobody can.
Hey, what you mean fix it? If we can't repair it, get back in there. Do that over. Do it.
This is Marcus from Astro Auto Repairs. If we can't fix it, nobody
can. No, man. What you mean fix it?
This is Marcus for SO Repairs. If we can't repair it, nobody can.
There you go.
Can you dig it?